Then call the question.
Councilman, I've given you the rules of council. I've gone over the rules of council. You
You
get two
did
chances.
say the last thing about it, which most of what you said was not
Councilman,
true.
the rules of council are, Councilman,
answer.
the rules of council are the mayor gets to go last.
So-
I gave you the opportunity. I even said, here's your chance before I
Well, I like to
go.
be rebuttal. Most
So-
of what you said was not true.
Councilman, you're out of order. With that, Ms. Saunders, call the question, please.
Councilmember Hickey?
Yes.
Councilmember Olney?
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce?
No.
Councilmember Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mayor Smith?
No.
What do you think about the third flagpole? What's your answers on that? Any ideas? What's going on? Playing a mum? Still don't want to say anything? Is it because of your weed plant? Councilman Olney, would you like to answer any questions about the flag? Councilman, you were gaveled here by the mayor. What do you have to say about that? You were gaveled tonight. Mr. Nix? Mayor Smith, you had to gavel council member only tonight. Can you explain why you had to gavel him?
Well, he was, the rules of council are that council members each get 2 chances to speak. They had more than 2 chances. And then the office of the mayor gets to speak last on every issue. And they had multiple opportunities to speak. And then I gave them an opportunity. I warned them that this was going to be their last chance before I went and spoke. And he wanted to go after me again, but that was out of order.
Yeah, so there was some fireworks back and forth tonight. This went on for 3 hours tonight, which is kind of a long...
The rules of council, I explained to him during his transition process. I explained to him what the rules, I went specifically over that rule. I gave him a copy of the rules of council. These are not rules that I made up. They've been in effect since before Mayor Graham, that I'm aware of, Mayor Walker. These have been rules of council that have been in effect. I guess you could amend them and change them, but it's just following the rules of council.
So resolution number 2 was adding a third flagpole out front. Mr. Hickey brought up. You're not in favor of that. They had passed that now. They voted 3-2 on that. And why does the city need a third flagpole? I know you're not in favor of it.
Well, they don't. I mean,
Right.
we haven't had a problem right now with 2 flagpoles. Presently, there's been 7 different flags that have flown on the second flagpole for a total of about 14 days a year or 15 days a year. There's no price for cost. I don't know what the need is and what the problem is. There hasn't been. But it's always easier to spend other people's money.
Right. So also talking about spending money, Samaritan asked for $5,125,000 of the American Rescue Plan.
Actually, a little bit more. They had a second.
I missed that.
Yeah,
Then.
it was-
So
I think
more
it was
than
like,
$5 million.
It was like around 5.3.
$5.3 million. Why would the city consider it all giving that kind of money to that organization?
Well, my perspective is I want to use American Rescue dollars for city streets infrastructure to help out the taxpayers of the city of Watertown. That is my proposal, as opposed to picking winners and losers in the not-for-profit realm. I think that the taxpayers have an opportunity to get a break. We have an opportunity to get ahead and get more streets done, more sewers fixed, more water lines done. There's plenty of city streets and infrastructure that we can put those dollars to. Every dollar that you give away to no matter how great the organization is, means that there's less money that we're using on city projects, which means the city taxpayer, those paying taxes, are going to have to pay for in the future. All
right. And anything else you want to add about tonight's ruckus with council member Olney?
I don't know if there's a ruckus. I don't know why.
It was predicted that you would be gaveling him very soon, and it just happened to be tonight. So.
Well, I tried. That's why I wanted to explain when I met with him after the election and before he took office. These are the rules of council. I gave him a copy of those rules. And I think if you look back tonight, I asked everybody if there was any further discussion, so gave the opportunity.
All right, and I'd just like to have this opportunity to tell you the earth is flat. I will still tell you about it. You have to understand the difference between CGI animation, green screens, and Hollywood special effects versus a real camera.
They weren't there when Galileo was around and and showed you around like the Earth. When he was around to show you that the Earth was a nice globe and
How did he
spinning.
show with what experiments?
Science.
What science? What experiment showed through Galileo that Earth was spinning through the Earth or through the space?
Through space?
Yeah.
Well, I think you went through horizon, sunrise, sunset, days of time.
So sunrise and
eclipses,
sunset are actually describing the movement of the sun.
eclipse, things going around other planets in the universe. I'm not Galileo. I don't pretend to be a scientist.
You know, you always try to run away when I talk to you about science of the Earth.
But you were in the Navy. You
Right.
took the Great Northern Pass, which was
Yes, I went up into the
circumnavigate-
Bering Sea.
Yeah.
Yes.
How come nobody's fallen off the edge of the Earth?
Well, there's no edge to fall off.
If it's flat, there's an end somewhere.
Well, there could be. You're right, and that's going to be beyond Antarctica, where
So
the
why
firmament
can't-
rests upon it.
Planes don't fly up there or fly to the side. If it's flat, there's
Right.
four corners or four edges, right?
Right.
So why hasn't somebody sailed to the edge?
So there's an Antarctic treaty that prevents independent travel beyond the 60th parallel.
So
So
that's what?
60
That's
degrees
one.
south.
There's three other sides
No,
to the
that's
flat Earth, right?
well. There's only
There's four
one
sides,
direction,
right?
which is north.
And what about south?
South is opposite of north. The only
What
true
about east?
direction that's 90 degrees to north.
What about west?
It's another 90
So
degrees
there's
to
four
west.
edges.
So the only true
Why
direction
isn't
is
the water
north.
falling off?
There isn't, because Antarctica is an ice ring that holds our oceans in. Just like our fountain down on the square.
Picking on you, Donnie.
I know, but you got to understand. I'm serious about this, Mayor.
I know. You're passionate. I give you your passion.
right.
We're not going to resolve that tonight, but again,
Can I get a work session?
That's
Give me
what-
one work session. I'll never come again. Give me one work session on it. I'll never show up again.
I will give you the work session the 6th Tuesday of February. You can come in.
I think that's a little off. But all right, thanks, Mayor. My name is Donnie Lee Berger, 134 Union Street. So there's a couple things I want to talk about tonight. Resolution number 2, directing staff to prepare plans for adding a third flagpole in front of City Hall. Mr. Hickey, I would like to ask why you would like to add a third flagpole in front of City Hall. And I would also like to know what flags would you be putting on this flagpole? What organizations would be involved in putting up a pennant? First off, I believe that it should be only the American flag and the state flag flown, or other nations, as our U.S. flag code already states. So I would just like to know what this whole third flagpole issue is all about that you are bringing up for resolution. Also, under staff reports, Samaritan has a American Rescue Plan application request. Now, this was buried in the agenda. This wasn't under really any of the I don't know what you call it, the table of contents, I guess. It was kind of like buried. You would have to read it, go through the whole thing. If I'm mistaken, Samaritan is asking for $5,125,000. I mean, is that correct? Is that a typo? Are they really asking for $5.1 million? Our governor released the budget today stating that there will be money for hospitals. I don't think any money should be going to Samaritan at all. That money should be used for the residents here in the city of Watertown, not for the hospital, who already gets bailed out every time they turn around. And especially today, Governor Hochul announced that there will be money for hospitals. So Mr. Mix, I'm not sure why you would propose this $5,125,000 to our council. That'd be it. Thank you. Mr. Mix, I have a question about these windows that are always open in here every council meeting. Are you unable to control the temperature in this room?
That's correct.
You're unable to control it? So we just open windows.
Yes.
That cool. That's what I do at home. Thanks.